But Amanda, you want to give the tour? Or you could head offshore in this thing as well. And it basically has it all. And there's definitely going to be a split second that you probably will lose sight of the horizon. Having twin engines is also safer. And the weather is picking up. It did just rain. The boat is wet. We got so excited to move on and continue this, but we have some pretty cool information to share with you on this one. Really, really cool that I want to talk to you guys about is the beam. I've actually never really seen before, so this is super unique. I am loving this. Welcome to the 2021 Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. We went on Instagram and asked you guys what you wanted to see at this show. We had so many requests from people asking for entry-level boats and family-friendly boats. So today we are going to be looking at what's in our opinion the best entry-level family-friendly fishing boats. My name's Amanda, Emily's behind the camera, and welcome to our channel, Gale Force Twins. Before we show you the first boat, we want to talk about what we're considering entry level. Guys, we're going to be no less than 20 feet and no larger than 30 feet. Any more than 30, and in my opinion, if I was an entry level boater about to buy a boat, I'd probably get a little bit overwhelmed and be like, that's a lot of boat to handle and maintain. So when it comes to entry level boats, we're thinking sometimes less is more. We want it manageable and maintainable. Without further ado, let's show you guys the first boat. Amanda, you want to give the tour? The first boat we are going to be looking at is the Everglades 235cc. Now we are not going to be putting these boats in any specific order, so it's not first to last, but the first boat we are looking at is this Everglades. Amanda, we're starting at the bow. We're going to start at the bow. So there's a couple reasons this boat made the list as one of our top entry-level family-friendly fishing boats. And one of those reasons is clearly the seating. So that's going to be something really important for a family-friendly boat that you want to double as fishing, but also be able to spend time with your family. We've got plenty of bow seating right up here. Nice. There is two little cute seats right here.
Love it.
Which make a great bench seat.
Amanda.
Yes, where do I sit?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. I'll sit here.
All right. Is it Amanda approved?
It's Captain Amanda approved. We've got a nice little bench seat right here, which is also perfect for like an Emily and Amanda, or kids, or mom and dad, whatever it is. And then the other thing that's great about this boat though is it is actually considered a hardcore fishing boat as well. So let's head backwards and kind of go look at the reasons that make this considered a hardcore fishing boat. Now, what makes this boat a hardcore fishing boat is the fact that it has two live wells and a ton of space for tackle and gear, including plenty of rod holders. So we've got two live wells in the back. We have one right here and one right here. And we also have plenty of tackle space. So come back around this way, Emily, and you can see we've got a cute little tackle station, which is actually really nice. And we can lift this up. We've got a little step that you can lean on, very comfortable, plenty of rod holders. Something really unique about this boat is it actually has a patented high density hull. So what that means is you can take it inshore and do the bay, or you can head offshore in this thing as well. And it has some nice sized gunnels. It measures 24 feet, the boat. So we've got high gunnels, which is also gonna make it great for offshore, along with inshore in the bay or some chop.
This kind of boat kind of seems like it's kind of like an offshore boat, but it's small.
Yes, it's a small offshore boat that can double as the bay and do inshore because it only has a 15-inch draft. So this is kind of like, it can do a lot of different things. It can do the sandbar.
It can go stone crabbing,
lobstering, offshore, inshore, and it basically has it all. Another reason this boat made the list is because it actually has a single engine. Now that is something to keep in mind because when you have a single engine, it's less maintenance, less to maintain,
less to break,
and it actually just makes it more affordable. Getting into how much storage we had, I'm just gonna go ahead and open this up. You have storage like this all over the entire boat. And what I do wanna show you actually is inside the console. This is gonna double as the family-friendly side. Now I'm inside the console, and you've probably already guessed it. We've got a head in here. That makes it perfect family-friendly for the kids, for the wife, mom, dad. You kind of get the idea.
Amanda,
yes.
Before you, well, okay, that's one tackle, another tackle spot.
Right, so we have another tackle spot,
storage
right here, And we also have a dive door.
And the dive door is great for sandbar days for kids getting on and off the boat.
Or you catch a giant tuna, maybe.
And you gotta use
never
the
know.
tuna
It's
door to get
slick, and you went to the canyons. I don't know. This boat literally keeps surprising us. We keep finding more and more what I would call hatches, secret hatches. They keep showing up. We just found another one. This one is right at the helm seat, so clearly plenty of room for your sinkers, your scissors, your pliers, your leadering gloves, or maybe your grilling tongs for the sandbar.
Under the starboard gunnel, you guys are gonna see some extra rod storage. Of course, you can keep rods in the rod holders, but there's also some storage under the gunnels. And we have some extra rod holders up top here. Something else I want to point out is fishing off the back. Amanda, stand up there and pretend you're fishing off the back. You're yellowtailing, right? Good space, good to do it.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna go for a nice boat ride. What are we gonna do?
We're gonna put the seat up.
We're gonna put the seat down.
Down.
Open.
Yes.
There we go.
And we've got
Two of them.
bench seats over the entire transom.
That's amazing. All right, thumbs up or thumbs down for beginner family-friendly fishing boat.
2 thumbs up.
The next boat we're gonna look at is the 280 center console for Cobia. Now 280 stands for 28 feet, CC stands for center console, and that, like we said guys, we're kind of showing you family-friendly fishing style boats. So that's why this one is the center console. Now it's 28 feet, and like we kind of said in our personal opinions, beginner boats, I think 28 feet, 30 feet would be kind of like that max that I personally at least would probably feel comfortable starting with. So this is definitely going to be on the bigger side if you're looking for something a little larger but still maneuverable and manageable. And I especially like this one because it's almost 30 feet, it's 28 feet, and it has twin engines. And twin engines, when you get to bigger boats, guys, makes it easier to steer. Now it does increase the price, but it does make it easier to maneuver. The first thing that I noticed when I walked forwards towards the bow was the rod holders on the bow. So that's pretty awesome that you have basically 360 fishability with putting rod holders in the bow. There's rod holders on the transom, so plenty of rod holders for the fishing people in your family, or maybe you guys want to get started. But something really unique about this boat. So obviously we have the seating, and I would say that forward seating is pretty standard in the family-friendly criteria.
Yes.
But under my
feet, this boat also has
this is the unique part.
a hideaway table.
I gotta figure out how to open it.
Is it hydraulic? Batteries are off.
All right. We will have a photo pop up for you guys of this table up. So what's cool about that is that maybe you have a sandbar day, or maybe you came back from fishing and you guys are all hanging out and the family wants to sit in the forward seating with the table and have some nice public subs. Moving towards the transom, we're now at the helm station, and something cool that I just found for maybe you got a son or a daughter or someone a little bit on the younger side that's still short.
Okay.
Or maybe you're just short like we are.
Okay, so
ready?
we just found this, just like your car seat, you can adjust how close you sit to the steering wheel.
I mean, look at how close that is.
That's
Maybe the
incredibly
toddler
close.
can do the driving and the dad can be the supervisor.
There you
Get
go.
Nice and close. Another feature that's good for short people, maybe some kids, is right here. We're gonna have this step come down.
There we go. All right, so we've got a little helm step. We actually have one of these in our Intrepid, so super useful. Helps the short people out. So for a 28-foot boat, it's nice that it has these features.
Right, so the bigger the boat, the harder it's gonna be to see over the bow, especially when you're getting on plane, because that bow is gonna come up first, and there's definitely gonna be a split second that you probably will lose sight of the horizon. So when boats get bigger, you're gonna want those features that increase your height a little bit. So when the boat's getting on plane like this, you're like, it's okay, I got the step stool, I'm gonna look at the horizon now.
And just to continue touching on fishability, so this boat has 1, 2, 3 rod holders plus 3 cup holders, so it's kind of double dipping on the family friendly. And we have even more rod holders behind the helm seat, set of rod holders up top, and tackle station. Let's step down. So we've got tackle stations right here, so plenty of space for tackle.
We have a Captain Emily approved bench seat right in the back here, the transom. And you guys might be able to tell, but this seat also, just like the last boat we looked at, folds up. So if you want to fish or yellowtail off the back, or maybe you're trolling and you want the seat up, seat can be up and you can fish off the back. With the bench seat folded up and the backrest pulled out, you guys can come here. We have 2 more rod holders, and we have, most importantly, for live bait,
the live well.
Yes, we have the live well. Maybe you have some pinfish, pilchers, goggle eyes. Maybe you have some crabs for tarpon. So there's a live well. Lastly, on the transom, you guys saw that there are twin engines. Now, a beginner boater buying a boat in that 28, 30 foot plus range, especially the upper 20s, getting into that 30s, you're going to not only need but want those twin engines. The benefit to the twin engines is it's actually easier to maneuver. I will link for you guys a video on how to dock in close quarters by spinning the boat on a dime because you have twin engines. Something else to keep in mind is having twin engines is also safer. Now the downside would be that there's more to maintain, more to break. However, if you want to go offshore for mahis, maybe you want to run 30 miles, maybe you want to go in some sporty weather and a motor blows. Guess what, guys? At least you have another one and you know you can get home. So we'll definitely give you that peace of mind if that's something you're looking for as a beginner boater. Before we move on to the next boat, I will let you guys know that they disclose on their website the starting point for this boat, $150K for any of you that are wondering. Amanda?
Yes. Would you consider this a good entry-level, family-friendly fishing boat?
Oh yeah.
The next boat on our list is actually the Scout 231 XSB. Now this boat is going to be more of your true bay boat. So the first two boats we looked at had high gunnels. They definitely can double as offshore boats, or they are offshore boats, especially the last Cobia we looked at. But now this is a bay boat, and we're going to look at some of the features that make it a bay boat, some of the pros and cons to it. It's got nice low gunnels, easy to get close to the water, get on and off the boat in shallow water, especially if you want to go fishing, maybe get off the flat or something like that, or you just go to the sandbar. Makes it super easy for kids to kind of get around. This is also going to be the smallest boat on our list, measuring 23 feet 2 inches, and part of that is because we are at the boat show, so any of the boats that are smaller than this are going to be on trailer, and we're doing all the boats in the water. But the other reason for that is because if you have friends and family, you do want the space, so you definitely don't want to be much smaller than 20 feet if you want a family-friendly boat to host some people.
Right, so our 18-foot Hughes?
Our 18-foot Hughes, like 3 people tops.
Yeah.
Like
so
honestly, maybe 4 if you're tiny.
Into the 20s
So family friendly, I'd recommend 20 plus. So this boat on the transom, we've got a nice bench seat with removable backrest. So that makes it, again, family friendly, but also remove the backrest and you've got full fishability. We have single engine, which is great, keeps the cost down. Especially if you're in shallow water, you definitely don't need 2 engines, and also keeps the boat lighter so your draft will be shallower. Something else you could do to this boat is add a power pole to it, so that makes it very fishable or even easy just to anchor at the sandbar.
But even if you have a power pole, always keep an anchor.
Always, yes, always have an anchor. Do not 100% rely on your power pole, but it is nice to have. Now, one of the great fishing features on this boat that I love is it actually has 2 live wells in the transom. So for a 23-foot boat, 2 live wells, that makes it, I mean, that's a fishing boat.
Just
if you
for
ask
comparison,
me.
guys, the 28-foot Cobia
had
one
one well.
Yes.
So those are just some things to think about. Is bait super important to you? Do you fish a lot with live bait? This is one of the wells, the other one is on the other side. So if having live wells and a lot of live bait is important, this would be a great boat, especially if you want to do inshore fishing. Now, something that I just noticed as I'm standing here. So we've got rod holders at the back of the helm seat, which is pretty standard, but just underneath that, we've got cup holders. So we literally have—
Wait, Amanda, sit down.
Yes. Right
so
here?
there's 3 backrests.
Yes. Okay, I'll take one of them.
And then there's 3 cup holders.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, each person, so lean forward, get yourself your cup.
I need my Yeti.
Your Yeti. And then there you go, it's kind of fun.
Perfect. This boat actually has a jack plate. So what a jack plate does is it's gonna move the engine up and down vertically, like an elevator for your engine.
Your trim is on.
Trim is gonna be tilt, kind of basically.
Right, which will be?
Your trim is right here, and your jack plate is right down here. So the jack plate, what that does is if you're in really shallow water, whether that be the sandbar with kids that can't swim very well and you need to get shallow, we were never bad swimmers as kids, but we always wanted to be as shallow as we could at the sandbar.
That was so cool.
We thought it was cool. Or you're fishing the flats and you need to get shallow in skinny water. So this boat has plenty of space. The draft on it is just about 15 inches, I believe. So this boat can get nice and skinny, low gunnels. So once again, this is our true bay boat. Alrighty, I am loving this. We have a full lounge seat on the bow of this bay boat.
That's awesome.
This is Captain Amanda approved. This full lounge seat, of course, doubles as a cooler, so this boat takes advantage of the space. We also have U-shaped seating up front, which Emily is sitting on, and you still have a little casting platform. So Emily, if you could turn around, I'd like to show our viewers the casting platform. And now I'm sitting on the casting platform. So you can see we have U-shaped seating, good for family, friends, kids, all the above. Casting platform, good for the fishermen. I see a cup holder up here and a rod holder. So this boat is doing
Wait, Amanda.
both. Yes.
The trolling motor.
And it has a trolling motor.
Guys, we got so excited to move on and continue this video, we forgot about the last boat, the Scout that we were on. Starting price, was it curious, was around $85,000, and yes, give it a thumbs up. But now we are on the 26-foot Caymas. Now this is also going to be closer to those bay boat vibes with the lower gunnel, but we have some pretty cool information to share with you on this one. You guys can see that the gunnel is going to be a little lower because this is a bay boat, but this boat's 26 feet, and something really, really cool that I want to talk to you guys about is the beam. The beam is essentially the width, so the widest part of the boat this way, and it's 9 feet. Guys, our 32-foot Intrepid has a 9-foot 10-inch beam. So a 32-foot boat with 9 foot 10 inches versus a 26 with 9 feet, that's huge, and that's gonna mean stable, spacey, good for family, good for fishing. I'm a fan already. This is definitely your hardcore fishing boat, but of course, guys, we're still showing you boats that have that family feel to it, like the seating and the extra creature comforts, let's call it. So Amanda, you were saying the live well is oversized. How many gallons is it?
Yes, so we have 2 oversized live wells. They're both 35 gallons each. So one on either side of the boat, and on the bow of the boat, I'll have to show you as well, we have a 45-gallon fish box. So talk about fish ability plus creature comfort. And I see a power pole behind you and a nice single engine.
This single engine boat, guys, remember we said single engine, less to maintain, less to break, and it brings the price down. So it's kind of nice from that perspective. It has a single engine, 2 power poles, and a jack plate. And the jack plate is what lifts the engine up and down vertically, and then your trim is what's going to kind of do that horizontal movement to bring the prop completely out of the water. You guys hear us talk about family a lot because, like we said, we're showing you guys family-friendly fishing boats. So seats adjust different heights, step stool or a step down there, and we got a nice footrest right here. So it's good for people of different heights and sizes, for kids learning, or short people or tall people. We talked about width, which is basically the beam, the 9-foot beam, and a couple areas where you're gonna see it is the forward seating, very spacious forward seating, and Amanda, the casting platform you're standing on.
So this is another shot of your nice U-shaped forward seating, and Emily and I just switched. So now Emily is standing on that casting platform. Tons of space.
Yep,
look at all that. I mean, seriously. And let's open up the fish box, which is underneath this seat right here. So we have a 45-gallon fish box right here.
You guys may remember a very similar boat. We were on a Caymas when we filmed with George Gods, Captain George Gods, on his show Unfathomed. So maybe we should link that too if you guys want to go watch us fish on this with Captain George Gods.
Emily, I must ask, would you call it a family-friendly fishing boat?
Thumbs up.
We are now on the last boat, and the weather is picking up. It did just rain. The boat is wet, so FYI. We are on the 25 Dauntless by Boston Whaler. Now this boat is actually really unique. So this is going to be a bay boat hybrid pushing into offshore boat. So it doesn't have the low gunnels of a bay boat, and it doesn't have the high gunnels of an offshore boat, but it actually is between the two. So it can kind of push offshore, especially on a really calm day, or you can stay inshore and do the bay. It's an interesting hybrid that I've actually never really seen before, so this is super unique. Alrighty, so we now have the garage, which is what the Whaler guys are calling this. Shall I show you the garage?
Yes.
Alright. We are looking at the garage. So what the garage is, it's tons of storage and space for your fishing gear or your sandbar gear, whichever you choose, and you can actually slide your rods right up here into there. You rest the butts right here, and you can bungee them down for stability so your rods don't bounce around. So this is a great way to store your rods inside the boat. This does lock. Or we have a full-on lounge seat. So I'll just go ahead and take a seat on the lounge. Once again, we are doubling between fishing and family boat. So we can either have full-on, I would consider this, I don't know, like a day bed, or we've got forward seating, we got our U-shaped seating, or all the cushions come off and you've got a giant casting platform. We also have cup holders and rod holders up here, so once again, we're doing both. Moving to the helm, so we've got a really nice bench seat that's gonna have a ton of comfort, and we can either put our seats down, really nice big bench seat, or put it up, drive the boat. This boat also has a charging station right here. You can go ahead and charge your phone on it. The next family-friendly feature on this boat, we have a head inside the console. Emily, why don't you go ahead and show it to us? So looking at the head, obviously there's the head, but you can also see if you look over to the right, that's where your rod tips are going to stick out for some storage. we are going to check out this live well. So we'll go ahead, get that open. So here we have our live well, perfect for the fishermen. And back here, this can become a really nice big casting platform. Right here, we also have these really cool seats down here. Now what they do is you can get rid of these cushions and have a really nice casting platform. Something that Boston Whaler did with these cushions that I think is super unique is they put magnets in the cushion, and what these magnets do is they eliminate the buttons on top of your casting platform so you don't have to step on those little button clips. Basically, they're gone. Now there are some buttons on here for when you are trailing your boat and you don't lose your cushions, but if you're fishing you can put it away, or you want to just put it on real quick, you do have your magnets. So these entire two seats can completely be folded, cushion can get put away for your giant casting platform. This boat also has a single engine. Of course, you could add power poles or trolling motors to this boat if you choose. The nice thing about the single engine is it does keep the cost down, makes the maintenance a little bit less, and it is all around a great entry-level family fishing starting boat. Family-friendly fishing starting boat. I hope you guys enjoyed Amanda's little tour of the 25 Boston Whaler Dauntless. A little fun fact for those of you that don't know, Boston Whaler is known for creating or designing or building all the above, the unsinkable boat. So these boats are unsinkable, which is pretty awesome for those of you if you didn't know, now you do. And if you want the information, this boat's starting price is around $131,000. I'm gonna give this boat 2 thumbs up for being family-friendly fishing, a great family-friendly fishing starter boat. Guys, we hope that this video helped you for those of you that are looking for this topic that we talked about. We had a lot of requests on Instagram, and we got a lot of requests on YouTube and Facebook and all the other platforms, which we appreciate that you watch. Of course, there are a ton of boats out there, way more than we did 5, way more than the 5 that we just went over. So if you didn't see something you like, we hope that by watching this, you saw some things that will help you make a better decision in the future. In the meantime, we want you to get out there, have fun, and stay safe.